vintage or modern? It's been a big debate. What's the better investment? Right now, vintage sealed product has plateaued and corrected itself a little bit better. But what's going on with these modern sealed booster boxes and other products? We're going to go into it a little bit more in detail. This is your first time to the channel. I'm Cody from Selleck's Pokémon. Now, before we get started, do me a solid, hit that like button, smash that subscribe, and click that notification bell. That way you're notified every time I upload new content. Now let's get into this video.
Just wanted to point out that this video does focus mostly on short-term investability, which is what a lot of investors have been looking for in this hobby within the last year or so. That's why you're seeing a lot of people buy and then flip a month later or whatever. They just want to see those quick gains. Now, any set, realistically, as long as it's sealed, does have potential for long-term investability, even modern sets. There's always going to be people and collectors out there that want to relive a time, their childhood, whatever, and to do that, they go back through these cards. That's what we have done with Wizards of the Coast. We've relived our childhood.
So as you can see here, we got a couple new things in our inventory. We got these really cool Majestic Dawn theme decks, the Leafeon and Glaceon, which are some of the more desired Diamond and Pearl theme decks. They're actually some of the harder ones to find as well. I was looking through eBay, and really it's tough finding these in the market, and the few that are very overpriced, I think. I saw a few go asking about $150 for a theme deck. I do have a couple of each of them. I have them up on my website right now, so they are available for purchase if you are interested. But let's get into this video. The topic is modern sealed product. Right now, we already know vintage is too risky. A lot of people bought in at very high prices, and they lost a lot of money. I called it, and that's why I don't invest very heavily in one product, because you got to diversify your portfolio in situations like this. So let's just get right into some modern booster boxes and the prices and what's going on with them right now. Have you been watching the market? Okay. We need to really talk about some of these prices, because I just saw a Sun and Moon booster box. They're going for $200 right now at this point in the market, and at the beginning of 2020 you couldn't even pay someone to take one of them. Like, I'm looking at data right now. I took some notes. As of the end of 2020, they were selling for about $110 last. Now they're going for about $200. Okay, that's a pretty big gain. But that's not the only big gain that we're seeing here. We're seeing some crazy stuff, like Crimson Invasion is like the Steam Siege of Sun and Moon. They're going for $115, and people are they're selling for $150 at this point. Everything has been going up in value. From the looks of it, there's no modern sealed product that is declining. This is insanity. This is not natural, which scares me a little bit. So keep this in mind when we go over more prices here. So we're looking at Ultra Prism. There was just a reprint. They were selling for about $175 at the end of 2020. I'd say just November, December, they're averaging $175. They're going for about $360 already. That's more than double price already. That's over 100% gain. Okay, Cosmic Eclipse is over 100% gain since 2020. We're looking at, they were selling for $200 a booster box. Now they're going for $420 a booster box. Burning Shadows were going for about $300, and now they're going for about $500. What does this tell us? Well, anytime you see extreme gains like this, so that rise so fast, they can decrease and drop just as fast. Keep that in mind. All you people investing in sealed product, they could decrease just as fast, okay? So I like to refer to this as with a stock market term, actually, and because I have a stock portfolio as well, and that would be day trading, okay? Modern investing is a lot like day trading, okay? You want to buy in quick while it's low, sell out as quick as you can while it's high. When it comes to investing, I've never been the type of person who takes that huge risk and holds on to something super long term when I already know there's a lot of risk in things like this. Modern product is always going to be extremely high risk. All these products can be reprinted. The moment they're reprinted, prices will go down fast. We saw this with Ultra Prism boxes were going for extraordinarily high prices, high hundreds, okay? And then the moment that they were reprinted, the moment people heard they were being reprinted, prices dropped in half. And then the moment that they were reprinted, they were going for $150 a booster box. So keep that in mind. I want to share with you, if you do happen to hold on to a product too long past its peak and it starts to decline, doesn't mean you have to sell out and take your losses. You really don't, okay? That's why I always recommend that you invest in something that you love. Invest in sets that 20 years from now you would want to open up and relive that moment in your life again, okay? Everything will eventually become vintage, and as supply starts to diminish, prices will slowly increase again, okay? It's not going to be the quick gain that some people want. So keep that in mind. If you are starting to see drops, you don't have to sell right out. One thing that you take out of this video, it is to always diversify your portfolio. I cannot stress this enough, and I know I say it all the time in my videos, but it's very important. Let's say Modern sees insane gains, but vintage doesn't, and all you invested in is vintage. You just lost out on that piece of the pie for Modern. But now let's say Modern sees okay gains, vintage drops incredibly, and Japanese goes up. You only invested in vintage, so all you're seeing is huge losses. You're not seeing gains anywhere. So it's very important, never put all your eggs in one basket. You could have a piece of the pie if you invest a little bit of everything, okay? So that you could get sealed products, whether it's vintage, semi-vintage, modern, Japanese. There's a lot of awesome promos out there worth something. Always diversify your portfolio. Now, let's wrap this up. As always, everyone, let's make like Charizard and keep this passion burning.